Hey toy fans, Aaron here. Today taking a look at the concept Luke Skywalker, which came out in 2007 on the 30th anniversary collection line. This was available both as a Celebration 4 exclusive and also a Celebration Europe exclusive. Came in this outer plastic clamshell with the Star Wars Celebration 4 logo stickered on the outside. Mine's still taped closed, so we're just going to have to look at the card through this clamshell. As I mentioned, it does carry the design of the 30th anniversary collection line. Get you the Star Wars logo, that 30th anniversary logo on the upper left part of the card. Nice image of concept Luke Skywalker as we saw him illustrated on the Ralph McQuarrie art concept. And here is a look at that photo also from the Art of Ralph McQuarrie book. So you get an even better look at the inspiration that was drawn for this figure. Interestingly, below that, there's a little write-up in here where it talks about the fact that at this point in the script, Luke Skywalker was still a girl, and that people commonly refer to this as Luke Skywalker. It seems that this was actually a rebel trooper. So kind of an interesting little thing. Carrying on though, getting back to the card, off to the right side of the figure, you see the included coin. And then, of course, through that blister, you see your included figure with the accessories. On the back of the card, same as they did for the other concept figures in this line, you've got an artist profile about Ralph McQuarrie, an image of the figure off to the left with a brief description about this concept character, and then towards the bottom, you got 4 of the figures that were also available as concept figures within the line. And now taking a look at the figure out of the packaging, overall, they did a fantastic job bringing the concept figure, the drawing, to life in an action figure form. The majority of the key elements of the figure are certainly there. The oxygen mask around the face, the backpack supplying that oxygen. Going in for the look at the head. Things are looking really good here. Just as was done in the illustration, the hair has a nice wind-blown look to it. Pretty decent sculpt and a very nice paint job. Nice brown, some light blonde in there. The oxygen mask itself has some pretty good detailing sculpted in there. Some little lines off to the side of the face mask. Some silver painted in for the vents in the front of the face, and then of course the hoses running off the sides. And those are pretty soft. They move well with the head, which you will see when I go through the articulation. And through the top of the mask, as you can see, it is clear, so you get a decent look at the eyes beneath the mask. On the plus side, that is removable. I find it's easier just to pop the head off, slide the mask out from the bottom, and then put your head back on. And beneath that reveals a pretty decent looking face. This one is awfully pale, almost a bit green, so the flesh tones of the face itself, not so good. Thankfully, when the mask is on, much of that is covered up anyways. Otherwise, though, the rest of the painting's looking pretty decent. Going through the rest of the figure, the upper body, I really like the way things look here. The black painting for the shoulder armor, the chest straps, and whatever that black bit is running around his right shoulder is all looking good, very well placed. Purple painting is looking great. I like the vibrant color to it. And otherwise, for the sculpting through there, you just got some nice soft little wrinkles sculpted into the shirt. That tank along his back looks really good. Some great detailing to it. Some nice weathering with the paint. It is just slotted into his back with a peg, so you can easily remove that tank, remove that face mask, and then have yourself the character without all the accessories on him. As far as utility belt, it's got a holster off to the side that the weapon does fit into. Some nice silver buckle detailing here and there on the belt. And then off on his left side of his hip, got a little slot in there that you can slide his lightsaber into to keep that into place. Along the back side of the belt, some more detailing being done. The silver painting looking pretty good. Only bleeds off here and there, so I mean, you know, for an action figure, you're holding it in your hand, not all that noticeable. And then getting down to the pants, looking a little more like Han Solo here. Maybe that's where some of that inspiration came from, getting the cavalry pants look. But some nice brown pants, nice red stripes running down the sides of it. He is sculpted with a bit of an action-oriented stance to him. His left leg is just sculpted out slightly from his right leg. So as you pose him up, when you put him on your shelf or play with him, you're going to have a nice look to this one. And then carrying on down, some nice brown boots. Some good strap detailing on the back side of the legs. As for articulation, even with the hoses attached, you still get a pretty good range of motion in the head, being able to swivel them, you know, back to back, let's say. Just a tiny bit of movement up and down, but a little more range side to side. Each of the shoulders rotate a full 360. And then at the elbows, even though you got this bend, they're hinged, so you can still swivel them all the way around. And then work the wrists if you want, since both swivel, so you can kind of give them a straight arm, or get them back to that curved position. As for waist articulation, swiveling towards his right, his backpack does start to hit this little thing on the back of his belt. So not much range that way, but if you want to go towards his left, you can just about make it all the way around until you hit the accessory once again. Both legs come forward at the hip about this far. They go back even further. Single bend at the knee, no rotation in there at those joints. And the feet will go forward like so, back that far, and you do have your swiveling in there. Figure does come with 2 accessories, as I mentioned. He's got a blaster and his lightsaber. Starting first with the lightsaber, the hilt's looking good. Some nice silver and black painting in there. You get some detailing being done in there, but it's not highly defined. Like, you can't really make all that much out, but you've got some various lines, some buttons and stuff sculpted in there. And then the lightsaber blade itself looks nice. It's a nice translucent yellow plastic, and then at the base of the blade you can see you've got that kind of that buildup of light as it shoots out into that thinner blade. So I really like the way that looks. They did a nice job of showing that flare out. And also what that provides is a wider base. This lightsaber blade does slide off and reveal that the peg from the hilt slides into the blade. And then, as I mentioned, you can clip that right onto the side of his belt for safekeeping. Of course, you'll probably lose the blade then, but still, it's fun that you can do that. And then as far as the blaster, obviously we've got a different looking gun than what Luke Skywalker actually used in the movie. But that's the way things usually go when you're dealing with concept stuff. Otherwise though, sculpting pretty decent. Nothing really to complain about here. Nice black weapon with some silver touches being done on each side of the blaster and then also at the end of the nozzle. He can hold it in either hand, but it is also that right hand that has the index finger sticking out to slide towards the trigger. And as I mentioned, you can also tuck it away in that holster. And then for your final little bit of throw-in gimmick, you had the 30th Anniversary Collection coin. Front side, nice image of Luke Skywalker as we see him from the concept drawing. His name up top, McQuarrie concept below that. And then off to the side of the coin, you got the 30th and also the C4 stamping in there. Backside, 1977 to 2007, representing your 30 years. And then the Celebration 4 logo stamped on there. So I've got to assume if you have the Celebration Europe version, I would guess they went with the Celebration Europe stamping on the back. Maybe if any of you have that one, you can confirm that for me. So overall, I really do like this figure. I'm glad that they came out with some concept figures and gave us a pretty good handful of these too to, you know, just kind of fill out the toy shelves, if you will. With as many movies as we have now, and certainly I gotta believe that there's plenty of concept drawings that exist for all of our main characters of these new films, both, you know, the standalones and the sequel trilogy. It'd be great to get more figures being done like this. So I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I thank you for watching.